Hey, Vic, couple injury things for you. Do you expect Dotson, Judy, and Simmons to practice today?
Judy will practice on a limited basis. Justin will practice. Uh, Dotson will not practice today.
And then how did Boye, Callahan, and Fant come out of yesterday?
I thought they came out of it pretty good, all three of them, to different degrees. Um, we just got to get AJ back in the swing. His play's obviously been interrupted here. He had the shoulder that kept him out for a good bit of time, then came back and had the concussion. So I think he's got to do a good job and really focusing on getting back into it because of all the practice time and playing time that he's missed. And I think Bryce did fine yesterday.
And then last thing for me from the corner's perspective, Ojimudie, what you liked about him was a willingness to tackle, play physical, but he's missed some tackles in the last couple of games. What are you seeing that he needs to improve on there?
Yeah, we have to get him wrapping up better and improve on his approach at times. But he's got it in him, and we're confident that his tackling will start to be what we think it should be.
Thanks.
Next one, Jeff.
Yeah, Vic, can you just expand on Judy's situation? Was that in the game, and do you think you'll be practicing fully by the end of the week? And then just kind of your timetable on Elijah Wilkinson.
Yeah, Judy did get it in the game. Shoulder contusion. He'll be limited today. We'll see how he'll be today with that. And then hopefully he has a good day today and comes back tomorrow with no residual effects. And we're hoping that he'll be able to go. And Elijah, that was his first day back. Thought he did fine with it. He felt some soreness, and I think the soreness is generally from football inactivity for however many weeks it's been. And he, hopefully he'll be able to build on that and have a better day today.
Next one, Troy.
Coach, when we talked to Phillip Lindsay yesterday, he made it clear that teams that runs the ball best wins in football. I mean, he's a running back, so certainly I get where he's coming from. But how do you guys establish that while also improving on first down, which has been a bugaboo, as you've mentioned, that's left you in some really unmanageable third and long? So how do you run the ball? Do you have to be less predictable in the way you do it, or just say, we're going to do it and stay patient with it?
I think it's both of that. You have to have the mindset that, hey, we're going to run it, stay with it, and be patient with it. But you also have to have a good mix of run and pass, because when you have a good mix of run and pass and the passing game is being successful, that does help your running game. So, and hopefully we can get that on track this week. The Raiders do a great job of running the football, and they stay committed to it. And you can see in the games that they won the number of times they've rushed it. So it's both of the points you made, to be honest with you.
Next one, Zach Stevens.
Hey, Coach, what is Demar Dotson's status for this game? Does it look like he'll be able to play? And if he's not able to go, is Elijah Wilkinson going to be there in time, or who would play right tackle for you?
We don't know about Dot yet. Probably won't know till the end of the week. Elijah, don't believe he'll be ready to play this week. He's been out, 6 weeks, I believe, and this is his first time on the practice field. So he's really not ready to play yet. And, so if Dot doesn't play, we've got Jake, who's potentially there. Jake's going to miss today's practice with his shoulder. It could be Calvin Anderson.
Next one, Mike.
Yeah, Coach, I know you're a game-by-game guy, but for us kind of looking at the first half of the season, your team has probably been hit with more injuries than anybody. You're now starting to get hit with COVID as much as anybody. Just how do you think you've handled it all, given the unusual challenges you've had?
I think the players have done a great job with it all year long. We've had our challenges, with the COVID-related issues. We've had our challenges, with the scheduling. Obviously, the injuries are what you said they are. And I really think our guys have been resilient and fought through all the obstacles that we've had to fight through and given us their best performances as much as they can each and every week.
Next one, Marty Stapleton.
Hey, Vic, I was wondering, how do you think Phillip Lindsay has, we're halfway through the season, how do you think he's handled with Melvin coming in and kind of sharing the load there mentally and just in his approach?
I think he's handled it great. Now, we've only had a couple games where they both were available full time. Phillip got hurt in the opener, missed 3 weeks, I believe, and then came back, and we weren't going to be able to give him a full load. Melvin missed the one game. Phillip recently here tweaked his had a lower leg tweak, and so he wasn't full time that game. We haven't had really a game, much more than one, where both of them have been fully available. So, which is, been good foresight to have both of those guys available. So, what we'd like to get to is have them both be chomping at the bit, both being full speed, ready to roll, and mixing them in there.
Next one, Colin Newman, and a few more after Kyle.
Nick, with Alberto out, Noah Fant banged up a little bit. What are you looking for from Nick for that, and how are you going to try and kind of get him going a little bit, getting some more catches and more involved in the game plan?
Yeah, well, Nick will assume more of a role there, obviously, with Albert out. We think Noah is going to be fine. He practiced good yesterday. So, those two guys will be the tight ends there. And, Nick's an experienced guy. When we've thrown it to him, he's caught it and actually run for some good yards afterwards. So, we have confidence in Nick. He's been through this before.
Next one, Brandon Cristal.
Coach, how would you evaluate the play of your interior O-line, and I guess more so when Graham's been healthy, not to discount Schlottman, but just the three starters?
Well, I just think, the play has been consistent. It's been solid for the most part, but we can play better in there for sure. Those three guys, and they've all had their plays and times where they're playing good. They've all had some plays that they'd like to have a mulligan on, but overall it's been pretty consistent, pretty solid.
Final one, Eric DeLala.
Coach, you mentioned, I think a week ago, that the interception against the Chargers was maybe Bryce's best play of his career.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, if you could speak up.
Yeah. You mentioned a week ago that Bryce's interception against the Chargers was maybe his best play of his career. What have you seen from him overall? Do you think he's playing at a Pro Bowl type level back there?
Well, he's definitely playing really, really good for us. He's played both corners for us. He's been the nickel for us. I think he's playing at a very high level when he's been in there and playing healthy. And he's very capable of that. Pro Bowl or not, I don't know. He certainly would get strong consideration for me. But I think the rest of the season will determine that for him. I definitely think he's a guy on everybody's radar for that potential.